Alright, the folks, your boy Mark on 05 numbers after name a little wasteland Wednesday, little Martin game. Y'all already know how we be doing over here, man. We put up the streaks in this game. We put in some work in this game. Y'all already know what we is doing. The negatives of the beta. So, my number one negative, my number one complaint, and the number one reason why this game will never be like up there in my favorite Call of Duty games, already just off playing the beta, is the time to kill. And here's actually, it wasn't in yesterday's video, but in today's you kind of see these kind of like artifacts that kind of show up, these boxes, cape things that show up. I assume it's just the beta issue. I'm assuming it's gonna be corrected. I hope it's gonna be corrected, but it was kind of a problem for me in this. So I was like, yo, what's going on? Like, I'm trying to like see, like, why are you preventing this basic function of life? But anyway, the time to kill is the number one reason why like this game ain't really ever gonna fly like 100% with me. And it's just too quick. It's just too fast. It's just way too quick. I'm not about like the quickness of the time to kill. For example, I've enjoyed the Modern Warfare series overall. I played Modern Warfare, the original. It was cool. Modern Warfare Remastered was great, especially coming back from where we were, although it was a little bit like limiting, a little bit weird. But it was the position we were in that we were so tired of like all this flying around that Modern Warfare was like, yes, like we could just walk. Nice. But it was basic, right? We had those kill streaks and that was kind of it. Then we had, Modern Warfare 2 I played, whatever. To me, it was a little bit of a broken game, you know, with the noob tubes and a bunch of other stuff, but whatever, like the double shotguns, the secondary, I don't know. There was a bunch of flaws in Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 to me was clean, and I enjoyed that game a lot. It was my favorite of the Modern Warfares if I had to pick one, which I think is a little bit of a weird opinion. But all of them had the same thing in common, that the time to kill was wild. So, for the most part, as long as you see somebody first and you're not like atrocious, you will win that gunfight. What happens with that, and what we've seen in this beta? A lot of people playing very cautiously, and it almost makes it feel like you have to play very cautiously in order to like succeed, and therefore it's a little bit boring to like do that. Now I'm not doing that. I'm still playing balls to the walls. You'll see in this footage. I ain't scared. I'm a real man. I'm a real G. I'm gonna keep putting in that work. But that's just me. I don't really know if that's exactly how everybody gonna be operating when it comes to that. I would have preferred the time to kill to be a little bit longer. I don't know. To me, the time to kill on like the original Black Ops was great. Even the time to kill Black Ops 2 was good. And after that, it's been a little bit just kind of shaky. It's a little bit tough to even judge like Black Ops 3 and stuff like that because of specialists and whatnot. I guess I should have included that in a positive in yesterday's video. There's no specialists. Hallelujah. Thank God we got rid of that stuff. No interest in any of that stuff. Please, just have it be regular guns, regular people doing regular things. The kill streaks are also pretty cool too, by the way. So that's a positive. One negative about the kill streaks though, when calling them in, when you want to call in, like when you have multiple kill streaks, this is first of all a problem right here. When you have multiple kill streaks and you want to call in, like say I get a UAV and I get this Predator missile or cruise missile, whatever it's called, and I want to call in the UAV, you have to hold like the side button and then go through this menu to open it up, whereas before you used to just toggle down on the D-pad to switch over. Not 100% sure why we needed that change. Does it seem like a good idea? We added like extra stuff to something that was like pretty easy. I'm not a fan of doing things that used to be easier in a harder way for no reason, so not a fan of that. Minor complaint. Also, the fact that motion blur was like kind of the default setting, even though I don't think it looks the best. Also, not the biggest fan of that. And I'm looking at this dude, I'm like, yo, you gotta let me live as I'm trying to get these kill streaks up. So the time to kill is by far my number one negative. It's way too fast. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know. I think it just kind of limits like the kind of stuff you could like do with it. The gun recoil is a quasi-negative. It's a little bit that I gotta get used to, but for example, like the AK-47 to me should be a pretty like modestly simple gun to use, and it just jumps around like way too much and stuff. But I need to go with the gunsmith a little more before I kind of venture into that. The maps are alright, but there's nothing special in these maps that were here. They're fine, they're solid, and this is my first time getting the chopper gunner, so I wasn't 100% sure what I was doing, by the way, so if you see me not necessarily succeeding at the rate that you expect me to, I'm still trying to figure it out. But the maps are solid, but nothing crazy. Like, there isn't any map here that all of a sudden be like, yo, this is like a next level, right? Like, there's no, like, hijacked here, you know what I'm saying? There's no firing range. These are just, I'm not necessarily against having maps that aren't three-lane structure. I prefer the three-lane structure in the map. I think they'll kind of work. But these aren't them. And I don't know. Maybe they will be, maybe they won't be when we get to the regular map. But there's a lot of clutter and stuff on them. Another thing I don't really like necessarily about the maps is the ability to like open and close doors. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. But I'd be kind of cool with just not having the doors there. Like, I don't know. It's just an extra button press and stuff, and it's just like it slows down, and I don't know, it adds a little bit of strategy, so it's not the end of the world for me, but it's kind of just I don't really know about that. What else do we got over here that we don't necessarily like? The new game modes. The ground war mode. Oh man, when we get into the game modes, boy. Ground war. I don't know what the hell was happening in ground war, man. I played one game of ground war. It felt like it took like an hour to like get through. Probably took more like 20-25 minutes. And we kind of came in already like a little bit in it, so it wasn't even like the full round. You could spawn on people, which is just like I can't even begin to explain how many times I spawned somebody and just died because he was getting shot over there. The vehicles feel a little like lethargic. Would be kind of like a word I'd use to describe it. It's a little bit blah. It seemed like a mess. It was kind of just like a big I don't know. It seemed very like Battlefield-ish, like a bootlegged version of Battlefield, if I were to say it. And I've been very impressed because like the videos I've seen, the people talking about it that I follow like on Twitter or Call of Duty, have all been very impressed with ground war. They're like, yeah, ground war, like this is what's up. And I'm like, no, like I hope there still is a battle royale mode coming, because like ground war is not the answer for me to that. Like I don't know, it was very whack. If you like ground war, I would love to hear it, but it's not a mode that appeals to me. TDM was good. Dom was good. I'm not a headquarters guy, so I can't give you an opinion on that, but it was whack in my opinion, but whatever. I just don't like headquarters, so that's like a completely different thing. The 2v2 mode, I think that thing is corny. Listen, I modestly could get down 2v2 mode if it's you and your boy, and you're kind of like, just a change of pace mode. Just something like you've been playing TDM like all day, and you're like, oh, let's get a couple 2v2 games in and see how we do. Okay. But what happened a lot to me when I was playing 2v2 and like the alpha was that I would just take 2 steps to my right and see the other guy across who took 2 steps to his right, and then I would shoot him, and then he'd be dead, or then I would be dead. And that was it. That's like what we did. And that's kind of trash. Like, I don't... Now, you could tell me that like I could have just like gone to the left and there's other strategies, and that is true. There's other strategies, and it was up to me that I wanted to do like the 2 steps to the left or the right. But like the 2 steps to the left kind of seemed to win it like more often than not. And sometimes it would be a little bit media, where I would have to like kind of move to the left and kind of see what the other guy was doing and kind of like play off him and whatnot. That was the thing sometimes. But oftentimes it was I would just move to the left and that was it, and he moved to the right and that was it. And I don't know what that does for anybody. Like, I don't know what that mode is for anybody. So to me, it's a good change of pace, but it's nothing like that. And in all fairness, the 2v2, the 3v3, and the 1v1s in Modern Warfare 3 to me felt better than this mode over here. And I was a little bit nervous going into the alpha. After playing the beta, I'm a little bit high. But when I played the alpha, I was like, okay, I will see how the beta goes, because I don't know if I'm really that interested in this game. Because to me, putting that like as your first step forward was not like a good idea. I'm cool that they were very passionate about it, and I could see where a lot of stuff that I read from the devs was like, yo, like we really like this, you know. It was like we would play it, like we would keep playing it like after like work and stuff like that. And I can see that if you're playing like the hell out of the game, and you know everything about the game, then you get these random class stuff and drop it in there. Yeah, I can see that being fun if you're making the game, but as like a regular Joe, I was not really feeling that at all, like at all. The calling the streaks thing, I think I mentioned that right. That's just absurd. The Predator missile taking so long, by the way, is also a little bit weird. Like this whole like extra animation thing, I don't know about. I'll tell you a positive though. We'll sneak in over here. The animations of coming into the game are pretty cool. Where you come into the helicopters and stuff like that. I really like that. I think that's like pretty good. So overall, my main complaints is the time to kill, and that's not going to change. You know, some of these graphical glitches, obviously, whatever, like that. Like, if you're in a party, you kind of have to, like, back out and stuff like that. It won't let you play into the game. Whatever. Those are, like, minor gripes. They'll work that stuff out. I'm not really tripping about that. Now, if the game launches like that and they don't work, then, you know, there's a little bit of a problem. The maps, although I like the graphical style of them and stuff like that, they are kind of, like, dullish. Now, we only have a handful of maps, so we'll see. But I hope there's like a snow map, and I hope that there's like a, I don't know, I wouldn't say a fire map. I was thinking of like magma or something. But I hope there's like more fun in it. Just because it's a modern setting and it's serious doesn't mean like we can't like have some sort of like entertainment value out of it. But there is color in the maps, which I'm a fan of. The creator class stuff is a little bit limited. Oh, the score streaks and the kill streaks too, by the way. When you're playing like Dom and stuff like that, you should be able to get like capping the flag as a point towards your kill streak. Like, you want to encourage people doing that. I think it's a step back to go to score streaks. I think it's fine to emphasize the kill streak part of it. I agree with that. Maybe you don't give points for like everything, like assists and stuff like that. Shouldn't like 2 assists shouldn't be like a kill. Like that kind of stuff might be a little bit too much. But I think capping a flag or like retrieving a flag and capturing a flag, those should be rewarded.